Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to 2v2 own Pachino Farmlands, straight from the stalemate to the Farmlands. And in the north stands FLokl and Pin0kyo, fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Setting forth with the Hermann Göring Fallschirmpanzerdivision, the Luftwaffe's own Panzer Division, yes, that existed. In the southeast, it is Warbringer and Symbiosis here with the Airborne and the British 1st Armoured Division. Got Dull Pioneers, MG42s, Bikes, Panzer Grenadiers, and Pathfinders, Sappers, Sections, and 30 cals. All off here to an explosive 2v2 on Pachino Farmlands. So as always, big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast, and a big thanks to keep commenting and liking on them. Helps immensely with the YouTube algorithms, and from Basil biting my fingers off. So, Pioneers heading out here, steady approach from all sides, no play, at least immediately, like really trying to go in very hard, like rush a particular point. They're just sort of spreading out slowly, like heavily armed mold. The Airborne there, obviously still very powerful. I think it's perhaps a bit less popular initially, like, you know, after the initial nerf. That's always like a thing, like, even if like some things like still fairly powerful after a nerf, like just a nerf causes people to like just slightly take a step away from it, but it seems to be sort of slowly rebounding again, I feel like, as people realizing, hang on, this thing's still bloody great. Grenadiers out there for Pin0kyo. Got more section away there for Symbiosis. Bazooka teams will of course deal with the early DAK vehicles. They can like blow up 250 half-tracks, armored cars, bikes. I mean, obviously Bazooka and a bike could arguably said to be overkill, but you know, the US Army I don't think has a dictionary definition of overkill, so. Section they're moving up, catching the Pioneers, a bit of a crossfire, a bit rough there for Pin0kyo, and Pin0kyo is definitely extending, but it's also setting up, I think, to try and flank from the south. In fact, it's also worth noting the Allied players see Warbringer and Symbiosis are focusing hard south here to push into FLokl, so in that way there's at least some support there. I don't think he's quite fully committing, but he's definitely also committing some forces there. So both sides are actually focusing, it seems like, more on the center-south axis here. Whereas the north is seeing some action. That's primarily out of Symbiosis, who's definitely a bit more there, but he obviously at the same time, if seeing both axis players in the south, has to move some support there, unless Warbringer is like able to bait the Germans into like an exquisitely powerful kill zone, and the Germans just keep attacking into it, like, you know, they're Russians. So, Bazooka team moving in here. Pushing back the 30 cal there. Pioneers in a wee bit of trouble there. And further up north, we got sections of the Grenadiers. And we got the Mechanized support center there on the way for Warbringer. So that definitely means an emphasis on half-tracks. And we might also see upgraded Shermans, but you never quite know with that. 3rd Grenadier Squad for Pin0kyo going for fairly heavy tier 1 here in the officers' quarters, whereas FLokl there is rushing ahead here on the tech tree, but we're not really seeing much coming out of that as of yet. No real results. Pin0kyo, by the way, it's all worth noting, is the only player so far who has yet to pick a battle, was yet to make his selection, his decision. Sections staying up here back, they could be in a bit of trouble. I'll have to be very cautious there. Bring up the center of the Grenadiers. Got a half-track on the way for Warbringer. Interesting enough, not an upgraded one. Like, he went for Mechanized Sender, so he could like easily go for an upgraded one he wanted to, but seems like he wants a regular one, then upgraded, I don't know. Or maybe just wants a regular one. It's tough to say, but definitely stands out a bit. Half-track, they're being handled with American Bazooka firepower. Pathfinders pulling in, 30 cals bringing up the rear there. And meanwhile, we got German troops, they're pushing up close to the American, or the Allied base here. I think partly trying to draw away Allied focus from the rest of the map and force them to commit defending their own base here. Half-track moving forwards. The M3 half-track, primarily used by American forces. They actually made a variety of half-tracks as the M3, the M5, and I think there's also the M4, the M10. But they made a bunch of them, though the M3 primarily stayed with the Americans because it had better protection, and then they handed out the less well ones to the, you know, the others, the British and the Soviets. Fun fact there. But yeah, he's upgrading to this M16 standard. So again, could have built it, but guess he wants to preserve a bit of resources instead. go for that. Or maybe he just wants to like reinforce a bit as well with it. It's actually tough to say there what exactly there was. Pin0kyo with the Luftwaffe Company and officers' quarters for the Infanterie Company. And now we do get an anti-tank half-track out there for Warbringer. Interesting choices there. And we got the flak feeling for FLokl, who has like next to nothing left. Like he's got the Panzerbeins, the back, and a half-track. He definitely might want to work a bit there on getting out some troops and building up his forces. Yeah, that probably did happen because, again, he got effectively ganged up by Warbringer and Symbiosis, and Pin0kyo, as this will also mention, he was a bit slow to react to this.
We have lost the sector.
Can always be the tricky part. Of course, it's like realizing what's going on there. Still light changing there for Symbiosis. Got the flak filling half-track there ready. Panzer Peony in the half-track, running down one of Symbiosis' sections, hoping to avenge some of his fallen men. In the south there, got the M16 and anti-tank half-track combo. Almost got the section and wiped. Bit of vengeance there for FLokl for some of his previous losses. Anti-tank half-track going in there. We got Jäger for Pin0kyo. Still no battle group. At this rate, there's going to be mechanized. I mean, in 2v2s, a good majority of the time, they will go for mechanized. You might occasionally see some Luftwaffe if he has it, and he doesn't. But, you know, primarily does tend to be mechanized. Partly, again, the Vespa, partly the Panthers. So I'm definitely expecting Pin0kyo here to go for that. But he could surprise us. He could surprise us. Paris rolling for Warbringer. Storming in, he's supported by the sappers, wielding their mighty Sten guns and even mightier Minesweeper right into an MG42. Results very much expected. And up here, American half-tracks encountering some resistance here from the Germans. Panzerjäger's charging in. Anti-tank half-track's about to get knocked out here. Oh, missed. Line of Panzerjäger take out and they jump out of the half-track. Well, a bit of a blow there to Warbringer. And he's about to lose his anti-aircraft half-track as well. Stuart, the Racing Force Bazooka team, getting rid of FLokl's flak feeling, leaving him once more a bit, well, understaffed. Once more, Pin0kyo may have to do some of the heavy lifting here. And Pin0kyo still has yet to pick a battle group. Again, expecting mechanized, maybe breakthrough. Coastal defense at this stage would be a peculiar choice, and the most unlikely, I think.
Victory point lost.
But I will definitely say Coastal has very much fallen off here. Aggressively so. Again, you will see it from time to time from players like looking to, like, you know, do something else, but I think in, like, just in terms of, like, general metagame, it's fallen off hard. Yep. Second flak feeling out, the opposite indicating that FLokl really feels like he needs it to an extent he probably does, but he would also, I think, benefit from some troops, some infantry. Meanwhile, Symbiosis got that bishop on the way. We also got the commanders there at the ready to be dropped in. Warbringer's got a bit of a float here. Could go for the tank depot. I mean, fast tank depots, very much part and parcel of the Airborne builds, I feel like. Because, again, they get a lot of control. They can apply a lot of pressure at a very low cost. They don't need to, like, tech as much. And, of course, with Mechanized, there's certainly an argument he wants 76mm Shermans as well, so... We'll, of course, have to see what Warbringer ends up with. But considering he's not airdropping in stuff here, he's not doing anything else, a tank depot does feel like the most natural choice there out of Warbringer versus the Germans. There you go, tank depot on the way. Ambulance for FLokl. Bit amusing, though. I mean, he's only got 2 units. The ambulance, if anything, feels a bit much. What Lily has that needs healing. Up north there, Swing Arrow Assault. He completely unseats Pin0kyo's northern front line here. And there go half-track rushing force. Got the bazooka team being brought up here with the bazookas engaging the 250 half-track, the Leichtschützen Panzerwagen, which were typically part of a Panzer Division's Aufklärungsabteilung. The reconnaissance Panzer Grenadiers Aufklärer would typically be supporting the division's armored cars on paper, but Well, all the time happened is it just served as as another armoured Panzer Grenadier battalion instead. Since, well, they obviously wanted more of those. So, little fun fact there. Then the German forces pioneers holding off against the British force push. But Pin0kyo is definitely playing his hand quite aggressively, very greedily. More Panzers out FLokl, medic station for Pin0kyo and a Panzer company. Tank depot almost on there for Warbringer. Symbiosis, well, I mean, he's going for Bishop, so he won't be able to take up, but he will be able to blast things into pieces with his artillery. And there you go, calling in some commandos with their Sun and Sten guns.
Upgrade complete.
There you go. Commandos dropping in with their Mark II's Sten guns. Note that while they're here depicted as fully automatic, apparently they were actually semi-automatic only because the way they were designed, they basically generate so much heat that if they're fully automatic, it basically burn out the silencer and the gun in the process. So they were very much hard set to just only use be semi-automatic only. It's also why they actually had this bit of canvas around them at the sort of the barrel end to actually give the wielder something to hold. Because again, they really got hot. An additional fun fact is that Otto Skorzeny, shall we say, the big German Spec Ops guy, was a really big fan of them and basically would use captured examples to equip his own special operations units. So, there's some fun as well. More petrolling for Warbringer, of course. More light machine guns. We'll have to see if he actually goes for any upgrades at the tank depot, though so far, the answer appears to be no. Jägers there being met. We got 2 Jäger squads out here for Pin0kyo with Panzer tracks. With one of them at least.
Victory point is under enemy control.
Panzer company up. FLokl's base a bit more quiet. Sherman's on the way for Warbringer. So it certainly seems likely he's going to go for the 76 upgrade. Could also consider improvised armor.
Have secured our territory from us.
We'll have to see there.
The enemy holds all victory points.
Triple cap from the Allies and the Germans, definitely proving some future problems there for them. And there we go. Got the bazooka there. On the section after the American bazooka team hit a mine and got very much, well, finished. Got the commander sneaking in there with the Sten guns. Paratrooper been caught here by a pretty swift German push under Pin0kyo, still in a battle group. Could go for some Starstorm, I suppose, for the time being, but he might be saving up for a Panzer IV here. Sherman engaged. There you go. Company command post for Symbiosis as well, meaning at this stage, everyone but FLokl. Oh, he's actually going to take up. It's going to have the final tier there ready, the final building for the tanks. And there you go, FLokl with the Pak 38, the Panzer Abwehrkanone 38. Normal points being seized by German forces. Flak feeling half-track moving about here a bit. Sweeping those Jerrys out of the center and the south. We got paratroopers and sappers moving in here. Got those Browning light machine guns out ready.
We have lost control of a victory point.
The
enemy has claimed our territory for their
Panzer
own.
Main Commando almost done there. And the company command post. Pin0kyo can soon go for a Panda 4. Sherman here based with German Panzerjägers. Doing some very light damage.
Confirmed. Light vehicles can now raid enemy territory.
And there you go.
Capture resources.
Pin0kyo with Mechanized. Again, not the big surprise. Sets up for a Panther. Not that he needs it at the moment, but it's a good thing to have, obviously.
Sector now under enemy control.
Straight into mine in front of a Brent section. Bit of bad news. We got Tillyfrassel further slamming into German positions under FLokl. His Panzerjägers. Oh, he actually cancels the Panzer IV. Goes straight for the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Germans rolling out here.
Our enemy has
Grants for
been abandoned.
Symbiosis.
We must stop them.
Warbringer. We're still not seeing any upgrades there. We're seeing another Sherman though, but certainly if he's going to get his Panthers, getting the Shermans upgunned would be a very Very good addition. Plus improvised armor. Mostly has to deal with the Panther-Trex. There you go. Panther Model D out. Early model Panther, which didn't activate a pin-lock machine because the cupola there was not designed for it. That said, there is one inaccuracy with this model, which is it doesn't have a whole machine gun right there. The Model D had this as a bit of a weird sort of letterbox. Whole machine gun was like a little flap opened up and this machine gun fired from that. There's a bit of a unique element on it, so not having it there certainly is a bit of a shame. Sappers in trouble here, Sherman's falling back. Deploying smoke, pushing forwards. And we got Warbringer there with some anti-tank guns ready to withstand the advance of the German war machine with a Panther rolling forwards. Prowling the streets of Pachino. And FLokl going straight for on reserves. Will it be straight for a Tiger tank? Will it be Stooks? Will it be the Panzer IV? We'll have to see.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
So, will Warbringer upgun his Shermans? Yes, he will. Then as they push back. Panzer's no thing got stars from down the way for Pin0kyo. Thumbs up. Panzer's they're trying to get a drop on the Shermans as they get dropped themselves. We've got a Stuckhouse first here for FLokl. Bring in that rocket artillery. Panther drone trying to hold the American guns. We still got the Bishop blasting, Shermans being fixed up, and there we go, upgunned, and technically also up-turreted.
Armed and ready.
As they actually needed a bigger turret to actually fit in the larger guns.
We have the advantage. Push in.
That's actually one of the reasons why it took them so long to actually like upgun the Sherman, partly because they didn't feel the need of it, but it also would require them to like just make a new turret that could actually fit in a larger gun.
You have 3 command
In terms of like just caliber and all that, so not caliber but also length, so fun fact there. 50 cals on the way there for
The enemy has taken
Sherman's turrets. Further south here, commandos at the ready to ambush any Germans that might approach, though so far no. There we go, Stuckers ripping apart the Warbringer's infantry. Pathfinders absolutely annihilated as they find a path to hell. A bit of a shortcut, and there goes Sherman engaged from the Panther here. Another brutal duel of steel here in Pachino's narrow streets.
The enemy has claimed our territory.
No ground ship for Symbiosis. I mean, he could, of course, consider withdrawing the Stuart. It looks like he has the tank command upgrade and intends to use it. We do get not withdrawing that one, actually. Ooh, kind of a direct hit on the Panther from the artillery. Panzer's at it again there. Further south here, we got a 30 cal there being slowly flanked out here by Pin0kyo's Grenadiers. North side is seeing actually a fair bit of action there, though. With the way the tanks are pointed, the center definitely is where things are, shall say, a bit more weighted for now. Sherman's at it. Got the Jaegers well hard at work here. Symbiosis about that. Lost his to a light tank here. Great hit there for FLokl. They did lose one of his Panzer squads. And we got Warbringer bringing up the Hellcats now. I suspect Symbiosis is setting up there for the anti-tank loiter.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
But, who knows? Maybe Symbiosis has a few surprises for us there. Panther-Trex damage being inflicted. Bomb building collapses under a scathing American fire. Second build could also go down here. Jaegers definitely have to vacate the premises. And we got more rocket fire. The Stuckers will see bombarding center of Pachino again, I think. Yes, indeed. Sherman's being hit. Jaegers wipe commanders forced withdraw. And we got the first grant there for Symbiosis.
Understood. Requisitioning Jaeger light infantry.
Transferring out one of his Grenadiers for the Jaegers, actually.
Jaeger light infantry.
Bit of a late transfer there. out of Pin0kyo. Definitely not one I'm used to seeing, like someone like just transfer out a veteran grenadier at that stage of the match.
Infantry ready.
Not saying it's necessarily as bad, but it's very surprising considering most people tend to be incredibly averse to like actually transfer out unit with some bit of experience because they just feel like they're losing something, so just looking like they are getting a better unit. And in particular in the case of the grenadiers, like the experience really just is, like the veterancy bonuses really aren't much worth it nowadays after the veterancy changes. So, but it is, I really just think one of those very interesting things there.
Have secured our territory from us.
Further south here, pushing back the Pioneer there with some well-aimed light machine gun fire. We got foot guards well here for Symbiosis to bring up the front line.
We have command points that require...
In the center, we got Pin0kyo, another head-on assault. Not much in terms of like trying to outmaneuver his opponent there, just head-on attacks.
At 300, confirmed.
There you go, Sherman's counter-attacking. Got the Hellcat sort of hanging back here.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
I'd say the Hellcat is definitely sounding he's concerned about the Panther, but at the same time, we can just go for more 7.6 from Shermans, and I think be prepared for it, but also we will just blast towards all the infantry that Pin0kyo has. It's a bit of an odd one in some regards, but at the same time, the Sherman's still able to absorb damage a bit better than the Hellcat, so... By the way, up north here, we got the Grunt here trying to punch through the German northern lines. We got FLokl there putting in a pretty stout defense, and by all intents and purposes, it does look like at this stage he is in fact just holding out for a Tiger tank. Going for the big tanks here with FLokl. Another Sugar's barrage churning up the roads there east out of Pachino. Slightly making a mess of logistics. Goddamn Crouch! They're ruining the roads! The logistics will be delayed by 5.5 seconds! This will ruin everything! The ice cream's not gonna be nearly as cold! Goddamn Nazi scum! Get me Eisenhower, I want to nuke Berlin! Sir, you're just a captain, you don't have that authority. I don't care.
Territory sector lost.
Pack for the blasting in the grunt. Got the Stussman going to the Bren gun there. Southwest is surprisingly quiet there. Again, I feel like the Germans are like, you know... But there's also, of course, the Allies, but they're definitely sort of like just... dividing the map in a bit of weird way and just like deciding like not to play to the rest of the map here. Like, they could do so much down here and just... Neither the Germans or the Allies like really doing anything there. Definitely not what I call tactically salient. Like, there's just so much down, like, just so much free real estate at this point for all intents and purposes, yet nothing is happening, tragically. I mean, I'm sure the locals prefer that, but I feel like either Germans or Allies would have a bit more benefit if they, like, you know, used a bit more of the map there. Another Hellcat there out of Warbringer. Symbiosis can also go for more grunts. Got another Stukas barrage. Bombarding Pachino proper. Blocking in roofs, blowing up streets. Another Panther there for Pin0kyo and Deutschland. Noting not much more going on in this battle. He's also finally starting to push southwards, remembering that this is actually a part of the map that exists. It isn't just like, you know, figment of his imagination. There you go. This does also force Warbringer to respond. He actually diverting his forces away from the center a bit more, allowing the Germans perhaps to make a push in the center. But for now, FLokl, I don't think... Oh, okay. Got Tiger there of FLokl. Finally, 508th Schwere Panzerabteilung provides the Tiger. Meanwhile, Hellcats and Sherman's grants possibly all going here for the Panther there. Definitely extended that one. Do have another Panther on the way there, but it's on their own. He actually went for the Sturmgewehr upgrade. Wow. No Vesper there. Crikey. That is a super rare sight. Like, that is so rare nowadays.
Victory point lost.
Like, I don't really see any players bothering with the assault rifle upgrade at all. Like, it's just a non-factor in, like, Wehrmacht player decision-making. I think part of the issue is just, you know, it's an expensive upgrade for, like, a late-game expensive infantry unit. That even then, like, doesn't, like, do a lot for it.
Yeah, boy. Counting down.
Like, if it was an upgrade for the Grenadiers, I think this would see a lot more, like, you know, traction. Obviously, it'd be tricky to balance it, but I think it would be more worthwhile that instead of, like, you know, upgrading your Starsturm. Honestly. But anyways, Hellcat down here, big push there. Out of Pin0kyo, blasting apart here. Warbringer's forces, tank destroyer crews, anti-aircraft crews just decimated as the German guns tear them apart there. Like cats ripping apart prey. Or socks. On my fingers. Anyways, Tiger withdrawing here from the center. Another Hellcat for Warbringer. We got the cupboard bombing run there at the ready as well. But yeah, I think at this point, like, the problem is just, I just don't think any player really has much incentive to upgrade the Starstorm and the Assault Rifle. Like, they just have an MD-42 that's, like, already pretty good, like, most distances. And, like, you have to then get much closer because they insist on the Sturmgewehr basically just being a large submachine gun. Which running, by the way, is kind of what the Soviets did with was so designed with the AK-47 back in the day. It was just, well, submachine gun, but bigger. That's kind of what they did with that one. I think that's just, and particularly when you then use it on like a really expensive like unit like the Starsturm, it just feels bad. Like it was the Grenadiers that could like, you know, get like a pair of assault rifles and maybe some other stuff. I think it'd be a much better upgrade. But, you know. Probably just also help you get the Panzer Grenadiers, just a 5-man squad that does alright with them as well. Okay, we got Grant pulling through here. Meanwhile, Warbringer there. Needs to be careful just to get too past while he's repairing his stuff here. That leaves Symbiosis to take the beatings. Panthers definitely need repairs. So, but yeah, I think they need to like either just switch those to like the Grenadiers somehow. And even then, it's a bit of a tricky one. Or, I don't know, they just need to replace with something else entirely. Because I just don't really see like this one being used. Except like because this one do it for fun, which is fine. But it's like even there. For fun, it just doesn't do enough either to really be fun either, I'd argue. Like, it's just one of those weirdly included things, I feel like.
The enemy have taken our territory.
Allied force can build up their numbers. So many Hellcats on the way for Warbringer. Symbiosis could go for more grunts. Pin0kyo could go for more Panthers, actually. He could go for Panzer 4s. And FLokl could go for some Panther 3s if he wanted to, but so far, we're not seeing much sign of additional armor build-up. Got the Panthers pushing forward again. There you go. Third Panther for Pin0kyo. Thumbs up. Getting that Kluppsteel rolling out. Shot flight off the front of the Tiger tank. Jaegers moving forwards. Got the Hellcats, the ECH roaming in. Jaegers in trouble. Got 305, 233 more grunts on the way for Symbiosis. Things could very well be building up for an Armoured fever-pitched battle.
Panther tank is ready to serve.
Third Panther ready for Pin0kyo. Honestly, you should go for, like, you know, officer squad. All these Panthers. Also, we could actually get, like, a veteran T3 Panther. Really don't see that a lot.
Territory lost.
There you go, one easy hit knocked out. We got the carpet bombing run against FLokl. Catching the anti-tanker cruiser and absolutely ripping them apart there. Meanwhile, Grant's bringing the catching the Panthers. The Armoured fist thus far, and Stukas was firing away there. Victory points wise, the Germans have a bit of lead here. Centers being ripped apart, buildings are collapsing. Big combined push, but they're setting off mines here. And there you go. Big push, Mechanized assault, Panther, Tigers, all going. There's the Hellcats and the Grunts. The Shermans are nowhere near to be seen here. Jaegers, that's well. That one Grunt goes up in flames there. The ammunition cooked off. Units wiped out. There's truck repair. Commanders closing in here through the madness. We got a lighter called in as well here. Another Hellcat goes up in flames. Panthers keep pushing forwards here. Jaegers wiped by the commandos, but that was just brutal for the Allies. They lost so much there, and they didn't even take out one of the Panthers. Or the Tiger tank. Talk about rough. I'm sure the Panther fanboys will love that. Sending being held up on the machine gun on the south side here. We got the mortar half tech going up. Damage engine. Star Smolts on the move there with the MG42 and the G43s. Now the Hellcat almost down there for a Warbringer. There you go. Paratroopers going for the Star Scorpion. Naturally 2 they gained. Got a grenade off there, forcing away the Star Scorpion. Machine in the center being forced back, ace level. Bishop, they almost got it. We got the Stukas Woods Barracks Soldier joining in the fun here. The Carnage. Cataclysmic Choir. That is CoH3. 303 versus 210. 9.
The ability is ready for use.
Symbiosis is floating like an immense amount of resources too. Going for a lot of foot guards now. I believe that is a response to the Panthers because the Panthers endgame definitely struggle a lot versus infantry. So foot guards tended to perform fairly well against them. But there's definitely logic to it there. And you can still go for more grants because that said, 3 Panthers make it difficult to like really match them with grants, to be honest.
We have 300 points remaining.
But the foot guards do make a fair amount of sense, but he does also have infantry training, and he does. And Pin0kyo is asking that great philosophical question that many great philosophers throughout the ages have asked themselves: should I go for 4 Panthers? 4 Panther tanks, that is. Hellcat ring force there, German armor there, smashing one Hellcat apart there, leaving it to burn in the streets of Pachino. FLokl going, no. To Pin0kyo's Nietzschean 4 Panthers. FLokl goes for more Kantian. No, go for a Vesper. Unfortunately, what FLokl doesn't know is that Pin0kyo can't call in Vespers.
The enemy has claimed our sector.
And then he's going Panthers after all in the Starstorm. He's going for a Kettenkrat. Another Stukas was here for FLokl. Machine gun advancing in the center here in the south side. Foot guards moving about. We got triple foot guards ready with the Thompsons with the bazookas. Big push in the center there. Kettenkrat, they're getting possibly pelted with bazooka fire. Yup. That just ends up being a waste of manpower there for Pin0kyo in the end. Stukas Barracks home take out those foot guards, targeting advancing Hellcats going for it. Foot guards racing forward, engaging the Stukas on foot, almost got it covered, bombing run going down. Oh, the timing was a bit not good. He does get one of the Stukas on footers. Big push with more foot guards, Bren gunners. No munitions for more carbon bombings there out of Symbiosis. Panther charging in Hellcats bring up plus, backed up by that one remaining Sherman, cemented tank guns. No arm piercing around to the Warbringer, such a neglected ability, and we got a German loiter here out of FLokl.
Territory sector lost.
Mechanized assault and once more Pin0kyo goes on the offense. Still no officers' quarters there, by the way, I think. Racing in against the Hellcats. Could actually use the Bishop here for its point blank blast. Another Hellcat down. He isn't. He's just withdrawing here. More Hellcats for Warbringer. Foot guards on the move there. Staggered shot, maybe. Yes, starting up the Panther group. We got massive bombardments. Anti-tank crew, they're cleared out. Could we see Pin0kyo actually lose one of his Panthers here?
Report. The Allies have only 200
got it! Pin0kyo there, punished for extending. Heading for the victory points as well. German pushing in hard. Following with the wave infantry back up the Panthers. Target tank further in reserve here. Halting Symbiosis foot guards. In fact, he's up to 4 sections of foot guards now. He is committed to the foot guard path.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
And we got recovery half tanks there for FLokl. Thumbs up, but Warbringer at this point has next to nothing left. He has been absolutely spanked here. Oh, and a wipe there on Symbiosis. Even got a command tank out here for FLokl. Star Sub Squad number 2 there, halfway down here for Pin0kyo.
The ability is ready.
Did I ever go for improvised armor? Yes, it actually did.
Veterans have been relinquished to us.
It actually did.
Installing a Panzer officer.
More Bazooka teams for Warbringer. And the chance of the Allies turning this around at this stage feels very limited, I think. Definitely sends a bit of urgency there from between FLokl and Pin0kyo in just terms of, like, you know, miscommunication.
We have finished the research. Enemy forces have claimed our territory.
Barring in the center there, we got 263, 151. One lonely Hellcat there for Warbringer, going for the upgrade bazooka rockets there. Got a bit of an assault there for Symbiosis, charging forwards in the name of the British Empire, the Commonwealth, the Crown. Machine gun that needs to be dealt with. Seemingly lacks the assets for us to shut it down. And there you go, Carbon Bomb run against here. The Germans, but without much, like, really keep them, it's easily dodged, so not entirely sure how much worth it is. I mean, I guess it does knock down a few more buildings for the Germans to hide in. And MG42 more on the way for Pin0kyo. Bit late to the party, but considering the way that, you know, the Allies are just charging with the foot guards and bazooka teams, it does make a fair amount of sense. Mining as well there. In this case, we can all see just the Allies have really just played their hand out. Right now, they're just more than ever resorting to, like, just head-on attacks, which just makes it even easier for the Germans to defend against it. Like, head-on attacks like that are just typically, like, you know, the most expensive way to attack, the most costly. Like, you know, even in modern warfare, it's typically a last resort, yet it's a sort of resort that, in-game, a lot of co-players resort to a lot of the time. Fun fact. We do actually have an Ace Panther out here for Pin0kyo, which means that deals even more damage to tanks, which is kind of bonkers. There you go, Germans on the way, command tank Tigers, infantry, all on the move here. We do have a ground hunt for Symbiosis now. $263 to 105. Foot guard flank here, those running some issues. At least he's trying to flank now. 30 counts for Warbringer. Need to try and keep some of that German infantry check. That's primarily Pin0kyo, since FLokl just doesn't bother with it at all. Foot guards racing also head on, right to all the German guns as well that way. Others being pursued by half the German force here. Allied forces very much getting squeezed dry here. They just sort of run out of steam in a sense, tactically, I think. And strategically, arguably. And they start bleeding out here in the face of the German Panzerwaffe. 263 versus 87. Massive barrage into the base. They're absolutely just ripping apart the Symbiosis infantry. Absolute massacre. This is starting to look like GG here. I'm not entirely sure how the Allies even win from me at this point. Like, this just seems like beyond any and all recovery.
Initiating countdown.
Short of like someone being friends with secret police. Yeah, the Allies are just getting ripped apart here. Slashed asunder. Running our victory points, running our units. There you go, GG, game over. A stinging blow there to the Allies. They definitely had it for a while, but tactically, and of course the Germans were also somewhat guilty of this, they just kept like running head on. I also think like just going hard on the foot guards, kind of ignoring the grants, wasn't a fully ideal strategy there for Symbiosis either, but I do think they should have been a bit better, like, you know, looking for like weak spots to attack through and then coordinating that then for some of their cover bombing runs and their, like, you know, strafing runs. I think had they been able to achieve that, I think they could have done a lot more damage. Instead, they just kind of played to all the German strengths by that point, which typically the Germans are good at, not so much the Allies. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Nation. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.